Ay. Feels bad, man. Shelby feels bad. We may raid Shelby after this. We'll see. We'll see if he's still streaming. But here we go. We are diving into our final round 1 match of the day and spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres ALE. We have the Peruvian Terran player. He is red, representing Team New Angels, and currently up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. It is Kaozfate. And I need to update the casting tool. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Argentinian player, the best player in all of Argentina, representing Furious Gaming. It is Egg. We will see if Egg can bring this back, and if we can have La Batalla de los Huevos, the battle of the eggs. Egg versus eggs. It could happen in the next round if Egg can bring it back here against Kaozfate, because he's currently down in this series. As I just update there we go, the aliases. Beautiful. Imagine if Terrans could send Mule undercover to steal enemy resources. That'd be interesting. That's kind of BM. We see that a little bit, but you know, it's kind of BM to mule your opponent's mineral line. That'd be something though. That'd be quite something. All right, here we go. We're getting into the swing of things. So unfortunately, we didn't get to cast game number 1 in this series. Darking was giving me an update that it was a very long macro game, that it was very dynamic, very back and forth, and honestly, Egg was playing very well, but eventually he ran out of steam, and Kaozfate was able to overpower and overwhelm Egg. And that's what we want to see. That is something that we didn't get to see in Eggs versus Shelby. I was hoping Eggs versus Shelby would be a little bit like longer of a series, but hey, they finished up in the span of game 1 of these two guys. So we'll see how things kick off here. Kaozfate, very strong Terran player in Latin America. We call him Baby Bjorn for a reason. One, he's very young. I think he's 19. But he's also very strong. His macro and his micro is insane. Honestly, we were thinking he was going to qualify for the main event of DreamHack. But I have a bit of a story. Some fun facts. So, here on this channel, Kaozfate has a nickname. He's El Borracho. He's the drunkard, I guess, translated. He likes to party hard. And there was a tournament called La Llama Dorada, which is a tournament that we hosted, which was a Peruvian only tournament, and Kaozfate was favored to go to the finals, at least the finals, but he got knocked out like in the round of 16, and we were like, what happened? Kaozfate had been drinking the night before and he was hungover, and he showed up to the tournament just out of it, and he just fell apart, mate. And that's happened a couple of times. And fun fact, Kaozfate qualified for the DreamHack closed qualifier for Latin America, where he played against Jim Rising. And Kaozfate is favored against Jim. And Kaozfate lost 2-0. And I was like, what happened? What happened to Kaozfate? Turns out, it was his birthday the night before. It was his birthday the night before. And Kaozfate had some fun. Not just that, as Kaozfate was just hammered out of his mind the night before during his birthday, he actually smashed some glass, like I believe a glass of alcohol, and he injured his hand. And it's like, mate, what are you doing? It's like he was playing DreamHack closed qualifier with an injured hand against Jim Rising. It's like, oh my god. And he was hungover on top of that. It's like, mate, god damn it, Kaozfate. So I have it on good authority that Kaozfate wasn't drinking today or yesterday, so I think he's okay. So we should see a much better Kaozfate. And his hand has been recovering. Just shaking my head, man. Like, he's such a good player. He just has such good micro and macro. Like, he's like the next special in Latin America, you know? Like, there's a lot of hype around this guy. But mate, you gotta look after yourself, you know? Alright, here we go. Kaozfate is pushing out across the map. The armory is done. Ooh, we do have a little bit of a Ling run by as the wall was down. Kaozfate is forced to fight with his SCVs, but the reinforcing Marines will be able to clean this up. At the same time, Kaozfate is pushing across the map. The Hellions do transform into those Hellbats. He's pushing on forward. There is Ling Bane ready for this push, though. That's how good the connections are. Let's see how good those connections are. As Kaozfate, he sees those Banelings and he turns around. He goes back home. I love this. I love that Kaozfate didn't commit. He saw the Banelings and he was like, nah, mate. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm backing off. I don't want to just throw away my army. And that's the difference between Kaozfate and Shelby. Shelby, he saw those roaches and he's like, all right, let's go, you know? Meanwhile, Kaozfate sees the Banelings and he backs off. He takes care of his bases. He makes sure he's fully saturated. He takes his third. Working on his upgrades. 1-1 starts. Beautiful decision making here by Kaozfate. Oh boy. And here we go. Kaozfate. Oh, he's pushing it again. Again, not diving too deep into creep. The Banelings do come in and they do connect with the Hellbats. But Kaozfate is able to keep a portion of his army alive, just barely. Does back off so far. Egg has done a very good job defending. Meanwhile, looking on the Egg side of things, ooh, a Liberator does dive into his main base, is getting some damage done. 4 drones go down. Oh my god, even more. A Queen even falls. Kaozfate manually targeting the drones there instead of the Queen. I love it. 8 drones went down. Meanwhile, Egg did delay his lair, but he delayed it for his Banelings. And his upgrades as well. 1-1 is on the way. Lair is finished. He should be working on Baneling speed pretty shortly. Egg has been on point with his creep spread. I love it. Just covering his half of the map. Oh boy. And Kaozfate, he is of course coming out here trying to stem the tide of this creep. I imagine, there we go, scan is thrown down. He's trying to clear up whatever he can. And I love this as well. As Kaozfate is setting up his third base, we have a massive wall here protecting himself from any kind of Ling or Bane run-bys. We have a sensor tower as part of the wall as well, so he gets a heads up on top of that. Solid SimCity here. God even throws down his 4th. And Egg can't really be aggressive right now. He has to wait until at least Baneling speed finishes. And I'm really curious as to how Egg is going to play this out. Okay, so he did throw down a Hydra Den, and I was curious if he was going to go straight into Lurkers or stay on Hydras for a little bit longer. And so far, that's what it looks like, because he's working on those Hydra upgrades. On top of that, we have another hatchery on the way to help with that larva production for that Ling Bane, and Egg is going Ling Bane Hydra. Interesting choice here. We'll see how good Ling Bane Hydra can do here against Kaozfate. Kaozfate right now is relying on tanks as the backbone of his army, and honestly, tanks do well against Hydras. Of course, if Egg was going for mutas, then I would want Widow Mines, but because there are no mutas, tanks are perfectly fine. What's he drinking? Pisco, mate, of course. Not tequila. Kaozfate isn't from Mexico, mate. He's from Peru, mate. Oh boy, as here comes the Ling Bane. Oh, Kaozfate has to be careful. He does push into creep. He does start to step back. Ooh, Banelings do find some connections, but these tanks are doing so well here, clearing out so many of them, but there just isn't enough. Ooh, Kaozfate does pull back long enough, saves a lot of his bio, but his tanks do get picked off. God. Oh, nice hot pickup, but a medevac full of Marines gets picked off as Kaozfate retreats. Solid defense here by Egg. And now here come the Lurkers, and this is what I was waiting for. So, Lurkers have seen a rise in popularity against bioplay in late game ZvT, to the dismay of a lot of Terrans. And even Zergs, you know, long gone are the days of the Ling Bane Muta. That's so last year. That's so 2020. Lurkers are where it is at. And Lurkers can do very well at just pushing it and fighting against Bio. You will, like, Kaozfate needs to realize what's happening, and he needs to get ready to switch into either Ghost or Lib or both. Needs something to help against those Lurkers and the insane range that they can get. Liberators are a good option. Ghosts are a little bit harder to control. It depends on the player, right? Like, to try and snipe those Lurkers and make sure you keep those ghosts alive and you cloak in time. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. But again, the first step is scouting. And at the moment, Kaozfate is unaware that the Lurker Den has finished. Meanwhile, Kaozfate is clearing up a lot of this creep. Again, nicely saturated on 4 bases, sensor towers all over the place. Solid Sim City, another CC on the way for a 5th. Kaozfate is doing a very good job at expanding. Mate, 3-3 is on the way. 3-3. Egg has 1-1. Ooh, at the same time. Bit of a skirmish here. Oh my god, those splits! Decent focus fire because Kaozfate has the upgrade advantage. He actually could tank a couple of those Baneling connections, so he actually survived with more than he should. Egg has to be careful because he really is neglected. He's still on 1-1. That's crazy. He has the money. Look at his mineral and gas bank. He has the money to spend. He needs those upgrades. Oh my god. Meanwhile, ooh, one of the Lurkers does get picked off. Both Lurkers get picked off, actually. They were both left exposed. Ooh, massive loss there by Egg, and it looks like this hatchery will fall, but the Ling Bait is coming in. Battery still goes down, and here come the Banelings. I mean, here come the Widowmines. Kaozfate takes out the base. At the same time, there was a bit of a Ling run by here. 9 drones go down in the main, though, because we got to have a drop here. Oh my god. A chaos all over the place. It looks like this drop will be cleaned up. At the same time, this run by should be cleaned up as well. They did kill the sensor tower. Ooh, killing a couple of depots as well. Chaos, you gotta respond to this. But at the same time, Kaozfate still did kill this base and got those Lurkers. There we go. Kaozfate, he defends at home. We do have Egg finally responding to this push. Kaozfate, I feel like he's overstayed his welcome. Mate, you gotta turn around. You gotta go back home. There's a lot of supply here. A lot of expensive tanks as well. Like, you're about to be overwhelmed, mate. You gotta get out of here. Meanwhile, so far, he's staying. We have another force in the center of the map, clearing up a little bit of creep. Egg, he's trying to expand to the north. We'll see if Kaozfate realizes this and tries to deny it. As there's an annoying bird Ling here, delaying this space, and thankfully, Kaozfate, he unsieges and he backs off. Keeping this army alive for now. Again, sure, these players have a bank, but you don't want to be trading too inefficiently, and losing factory units can take a long time to replenish. Meanwhile, ooh, the Ling Bane does get in. The Widowmine, it does borrow. Oh god, but the tanks are so exposed. All the tanks are getting picked off. Who is it? Oh god, someone was lagging there. Meanwhile, looks like the bio will get cleaned up, but the rest of the army does hit the northernmost base of Egg, and he will force a cancel. Gets a kill on the base. Ay, and Egg is completely out of position. He's moving his entire army over, and Egg, he's stuck on 4 bases. At the same time, he's going for a bit of a run by. Oh god, we can't see him quite yet, as it looks like the tank will go down. Kaozfate, hop, pick up, Bumpy, pick up. Oh god, he doesn't. He does just barely in time. At the same time, there is that Ling run by. It does hit the 3rd base of Kaozfate. A lot of lost workers, but the majority of the workers were actually pulled away, so Kaozfate actually saved most of them. Oh my god. And the reinforcements will be able to defend. What's important? Egg, he's stuck on 4 bases. He's been on 4 bases for longer than a Zerg player should, and Kaozfate is getting a 5th. For a Terran to be up a base against a Zerg, that's terrifying, mate. That's crazy. Ay. Egg, he's going to be outproduced. Like, we can see it now. Kaozfate is ahead in supply. Kaozfate can keep trading, and he will eventually break Egg if Egg doesn't double expand. He's taking 1 base, he needs another, but Kaozfate is being so annoying borrowing a Widowmine here. Ay. Meanwhile, Egg, thankfully, he is catching up in these upgrades. +3 attack is on the way. +2 armor just finished. He needs to start +3 armor. He's a little bit behind, but the gap is closing. Speaking of the gap closing, ooh, there's a lot of lurkers here. A lot of the buy going down. The Banelings do find some connections. And Kaozfate is fighting, but he's gonna get surrounded. Yo, the lanes get a beautiful wraparound. God, Kaozfate, he does pick up, he does evacuate. And Kaozfate is working on the next step. I don't know if you noticed, there's a couple of these Banelings do connect. Liberator Range is on the way, and 2 Ghost Academies are thrown down. Finally, Kaozfate realizes, hey, the lurkers are a real threat. I need Ghosts and Libs to deal with this. But he doesn't have them right now, and the lurkers, they burrow, and it looks like they can take down this base. Oh my god, the planetary, the health is just dropping drastically. Can Kaozfate save the base? No. Egg, how many lurkers was that? 25 lurkers died. Obviously 4 lurkers died earlier here, but that was too many lurkers, and they died for nothing. He was meant to kill the base, at least kill the base, and he didn't even get that. That was I wouldn't say a throw, but that was a massive loss for Egg. That was an insane loss. I don't know how Egg wins from here. I don't know how Kaozfate loses from here. He is ahead 50 supply after that. One wrong move sometimes is all it takes. Egg, he remade a bunch of those lurkers, but again, he's not anywhere close to maxing out. How many Banelings does he have? He has a decent amount. He's trying to go for a wraparound, but here come the Libs, here come the Ghosts. The Banelings, they don't find any connections. Like, how are these lurkers going to engage here? They're trying to find an angle. The base falls. There's nothing to buffer for those lurkers, nothing to protect the lurkers, and the lurkers do go down. Only a handful remaining here. Meanwhile, at the same time, Egg knows that he can't fight the army, so he goes for a counterattack. He immediately goes for a counterattack. He's trying to deal some devastating damage. He does take down the base, takes down a lot of workers. Again, 3-3, but GG gets called. It's not enough. Kaozfate takes the series 2-0. GG, what a game. And now, that is our round 1 matches complete. Congratulations to Shakti, Ryu, Eggs, and Kaozfate for advancing on in Desafiantes summer. Oh my god. And yes, in the chat, Chaos is good at multitasking. He is. Kaozfate is very good at multitasking. That's what I mean. He's good at dropping, he's good at being just active so much on the map, and for the most part, paying attention to everything that's going on. He's a great player. When he's not hungover. When he's not drunk. He can be great.